Guys, I am back with another commentary. Now it's on the Final Omega. This fight is a pain in the ass for Ninja, and it's actually really like I don't think Ninja. I think Ninja's it's actually horrible. This fight so bad because of many reasons. I mean, I would say like not many reasons, but three main reasons. Uh, Hello World. Every time there's Hello World, it coincides with your trick. So you have to your second trick is horrible because the mechanics force you to peel and force some milli DPS to peel depending on what they get and depending on the strat as well. If your strat is like mine, then it's bad. So milli DPS peel or even tanks the peel from the boss while your trick is running, so it's not worth it at all. Second one is turret cannons. You have to peel as well. So and the trick is up there. So well technically you don't trick there, but your trick is off cooldown there. So if you delay, because there are two turret cannons and two Hello World, I mean two turret cannons in this part. So if you delay both tricks for the end for until the end of the turret cannon, then you might lose the cast in a speed run. So I would recommend not bringing a ninja in a speed run. Anyway, let's get started. Just gonna spoil you bubble opener, and I'm using a 4 GCD trick to be honest. It's not necessary, but I feel like it's better, it's like more convenient for me because I want to get my trick up as early as possible. And because, okay, right there, let me pause it. Let me bring you back. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about the 4GCD power opener first. Okay, the entire point of the 4GCD trick is so that I get my trick up ASAP for Hello World 1. And because Hello World 1 is a mechanic that forces that depending on the strat forces you or forces melee DPS to peel from the boss, which means you lose GCDs on the boss during trick attack. So if I trick attack earlier here in my opener, then I will get one more GCD in trick in Hello World 1. And also this this puts trick on cooldown like earlier, faster, which means I can trick earlier in the cannon, I mean the tree cannon phase because I'm trying to save True North for turret cannons. So if I can trick before the boss starts turning around in the three cannons phase, then it's better for me because I don't have to use True North to trick. At least for the first three cannons, sorry, not three arms. So let me go back to this particular four GD opener. Um, right after I trick, instead of using Mudra, I use Dream Within the Dream. This is actually very important. Even if you use 4 GCD or 5 GCD trick, it's important to get the dream off ASAP. Some people even double with it. This is because you only get a fixed amount of GCDs or doing Hello World 1, especially if you get like a bad debuff, like a stacking debuff, whatever debuff that forces you to peel. You want your dream to be up in trick so that it sinks. You don't want to run into the situation where you trick and then you have to peel but your dream is on cooldown, which will desync your dream with trick. Alright, let's continue. Advice, I mean, it's advisable to pop diversion on cooldown in this fight. Shade, I guess you could shade your main tank, but you could shade your main tank on cooldown, but that's depending on their tank swapping and all. I only shaded I believe only shaded once in opener. Alright, so let me just pull you back a bit, rewind a bit. Alright, so one good way to find out exactly what debuff you get, instead of like looking at the like the tether. I mean, you have to look at the tether, right? But at the start, when you're stuck in the back of the boss, you can't really see where the tether to. So to know that okay, your debuff is the tether is gone, like the either the close tether or the far tether is gone, it's resolved. You just look at right here, my cursor, the debuff here, right here. If it's I don't know what color this is, I'm colorblind. If it's red, it looks red to me. Then it's far. If it's blue, it's close. So the moment, so let's say if you are unsure of what tether you get and unsure whether it has resolved, you should just look at your debuff. If it's gone by the time because the debuffs are normally, I believe it's normally 2 and 2. It's 2 before over. Oh, what is this? 2 before the double tank buster on the side, and 2 after, before and after. So 2 before and 2 after. So if you want to know whether a debuff is gone, just look at your party list, or look at like where your debuffs are. I'm not gonna talk so much about the mechanics of the fight because okay, right here. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna talk so much about the mechanics of the fight because I think this is not a guide to the entire fight. I'm not gonna talk about every single mechanic because that would be very long, and Hello World has so many mechanics happening, so many debuffs happening. So I'm just gonna focus on rotation, right? So you can see that I just refreshed my Shadow Fang. So normally what most ninjas do, right? They always we want to try to get basically the mudra inside the trick, in the sense that you want to TCJ when your trick is about 14 seconds. So the Suiton hits at 10 seconds and you get your mudra in the trick. That's normally that's good, and and allows you to trick on cooldown while getting the mudra in. But this is a fight where your positionals are kind of messed up and your uptime is messed up too in Hollow World. So what I suggest is you refresh the Shadow Fang, then use TCJ. You'll see why. So one important thing is remember the sprint here is quite useful. Okay, I'm gonna pause here. As you can see, I'm tricking right after my lineage. Normally, if you do a 50 CD trick, you'll be tricking after your spinning. I The reason why I trick after basically I'm tricking on cooldown. This is so that my spinning is inside the trick because you can only get 3 GCDs. I mean, using my my group's Hello World strat, you can only get 3 GCDs if you get the stacking debuff or even no debuff. You can only get 3 GCDs. Well, not 3 GCDs, 4 GCDs. And so you want basically I want all 4 GCDs to be inside trick.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As you can see, I have no debuff. So I got 4 mini GCDs inside trick plus 1 throwing dagger. It's not too bad. Alright, the one mistake I made here, right, is Jugglet should have been in the trick. But that's because the mistake I made here is on my opener. I should have used Jugglet ASAP. I should have Jugglet instead of like using Mark after Shadow Fang. So Jugglet comes back up here, which I'm able to use Jugglet here. Inside trick. I mean, but it's all fine and dandy here because I got no debuff, which means I can keep up time. One good thing in my strat, the DPS with no debuff basically gets the circle debuff, gets the fourth circle debuff, and runs to north. Even though I think we should run to like either east or west, so it's closer. But I don't know, it's safer, I guess. I mean, it's not safer in the sense people know where to stand, but it's safer in the sense that it gives more room in the arena for people to like do their flanks, even though they can do it the other side. They can do it on the back and the other side of the circle. I mean the circle debuff that's exploding. Okay, so if you have no debuff using my strat, which is the same as Arthur's strat, as a melee DPS, you don't have to run all the way to the person that is at east or west. You can just make sure that you get hit by that debuff, that's fine, while in melee range of the boss, while still hitting the boss. I mean, this is like basic knowledge, I think, because the debuff is in the circle is still an AoE. You don't have to be right on the person, but I'm just saying some people might, I don't know any really that will run to the exactly to east or west to get the debuff. But in case you're one of the melees or those really that play safe, no idea how to optimize melees that run to the cardinal to take the circle debuff, then you don't have to. You just need to be inside the AoE to get it. So right here, my second mistake, I should have used some Baba right away
Middle is safe.
and SF refresh. I forgot. I think I wasn't watching my link key. So I mean, it's not too bad.
Tree.
It's so just I mean, even though I said I wouldn't really explain Hollow mechanics, but the way my static does is, I'm just gonna explain it briefly. It's for circular debuff, it's 1 1 3 1 3. It's 1 3 1 3, and during Hollow 2, 1 3 1 3 as well. And the three players with the last circular debuff gets the ping debuff, so it explodes on their cardinals, which means arena, which means that you don't have to make any space in the arena for them, for additional pings.
2, 1, exploding.
Stack for Indom.
Yeah. Sorry about the disturbance. Oh yeah, it's quite important to get your Mudra off
Early
ASAP
is
in this
there.
fight. Technically, the best time to get an LB3 is right here, after Hollow World, after the Ion Influx from Hollow World 1. But, well, we didn't bait LB properly, so we didn't get it. The reason why you want your Mudra to be up ASAP is so that you get the trick ASAP as well.
Hold trick loudly, please.
Okay. See?
Between. On Valor.
Nothing really special here. Probably could have gotten the alien at the end, but I was playing safe. Don't have to do that. It's like, it's whatever.
Going middle.
So right here, instead of, okay, right here, my Udara is on cooldown. I have 18 in key. I basically have three options here. I can health rock, I can TCJ, which is dumb, or I can hold, which is what I did. So right here,
You should have LB after tethers, but you have TA, so just adjust.
this TCJ is to ensure, okay, this TCJ, right, is to ensure that even if you do get the tethers here, basically you want to TCJ as the boss fires out the cannons. This is so that even if you do get tether and you have to peel, by the time you come back, trick is ready, Suiton is still up, you can trick immediately. So right here I don't get anything. Deneki is
Middle.
safe to, I don't have to pop Throne off. Deneki is safe to BMX melee range. Like I don't know why I went out, but yeah. it is safe to be a max melee.
On Zeph HG.
Okay, the reason why it's thrown off there. Normally you don't. I mean, for the part I didn't have to really have to use thrown off, but normally the boss might be like the boss's rear might not face you, so it's better to it's good to thrown off there because you want to trick the boss ASAP. You don't want the boss to turn, and sometimes you can't hit the rear. You can't wait for the boss to turn to hit the rear. The reason why you want to trick ASAP is so that you want to get as many GCDs inside the trick before Hello World 2. That's very important for overall DPS.
LB winner.
See, the main no, just pausing again. The main thing about problem with Ninja, right, is the LB is I mean the LB should be consistent, but if the LB is inconsistent, then it's quite difficult to plan your Ninki.
Give Eileen her regen.
I have a star.
Shadow Fang. So I'm just gonna pause right here because as you can see that I have the blue debuff, so I just go slightly closer and just run back.
I'll go north.
Right, one good way, my study doesn't use it, but one good way to give the melee high, even higher uptime is if you do get close debuffs, the pair should be standing around here. Say you're intended to a healer, right? The healer should be standing here and you should be standing around here. So that when you have to break, you can just run this way to the back of the boss and the healer can just run up here. So that you don't have to like, run all the way here to break. Even though yeah.
What's up? Shields out.
Do you need you one?
Yeah.
So again, I get my dream off ASAP.
Yeah.
Make it a habit for this fight. Up until Hollow World 2.
Okay.
After that, it's not so important.
Blue.
So one good way, again, this is a mechanic, but one good way to if you are confused by the rotating directions, one good way is to if it's blue and if it's blue, if the rotating thing is blue, it will always be on the back left of the boss from where the boss is free. When the boss turns the second time in this mechanic, it will always be on the back left of the boss if it's blue. It will always be on the back right of the boss if it's orange. So we call blue. So this is back left. You should pot here for enrich. I mean, SPK you wouldn't pot here anymore. You would like, I don't know, probably use it. Probably only get 2 pots.
Alina.
So why did our bot die? Instead he didn't come. He stood here because he didn't come in time.
Wax. Bard DPS is lowest. Sides.
See, I'm not sure. I don't think I hit my operational here, even though I could have.
Going middle. I'll protect. Heal them up. Watch out for Zephyrus.
Yeah.
No, it's a TCG setup. Technically, this is not a great trick attack, but it's because of. I mean, it's due to, honestly, it's due to your Ninki. Sometimes you get enough Ninki, sometimes you don't. I decided that, hey, even though let me just go back slightly a bit, right? But I used my health rock. It's not here. It's not here. It's not. Just go back slightly. Yeah, right here. Right here. Normally, if my Ninki is 160, I would not use this health rock. I would save it for. I would just let it run normally to 80, and then TCG the trick. But because I realized that, hey, I've got more time than I usually do because of the debuffs I got, and because also I didn't get a tether cannon as well. So I would have more autos than I usually have. So I decided to blow. On the fly, I decided to blow the health rock and then use the mark to gain another Ninki finisher, which is a DPS gain, by the way. So yeah, the trick here isn't the best, but it's fine.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Watch
1. Wait for the call.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I get no debuff.
Go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Exploding.
Get the pink.
So right here,
Pink.
I could have refreshed Shadow Fang, but I decided to
I'm
play
on the
safe.
edge.
Wasn't too sure.
Wait. Not safe. Middle
So
safe.
right here, I got super lucky. Technically, I should have gotten the pink debuff. So what I would recommend is you Shukuchi, just go back a bit. You give up the GCD, maybe you Shukuchi, stop here, let the person run through.
Middle.
Right, let's see, Shukuchi, right, stop here, let the person from the person that is taking the left tower facing the boss, facing the back of the boss, run through to get it in the tower so that you don't get the ping debuff, then you run through. It's better that way, safer.
Middle safe.
I got super lucky here. Didn't get the ping debuff because if I got forgotten the ping debuff, then it would have been troublesome because I would have to really time. No, actually it wouldn't have been that bad because my ping debuff would have been new. Then I would have to stand out before the powers explode. Wait for the probably stand slightly out here after the ion flux explodes. So it's not the end of the bow. But
Shocking.
you need to be quite sure of how the debuffs work. If you want to play safe, you should wait for the person to run through.
Watch out for me. I'm shielding, just heal us.
Show me
Have them
some
down.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus.
Okay, that's fine.
So one good thing about
I'm on
when
the
the boss
side,
teleports,
trying to turn
the target
sideways.
is not deselected, like
Okay.
in
Nine
some
equals.
fights where sometimes the target is deselected. So right here, I mean earlier I blow true north. This is because I don't need true north for tether cannons anymore
D.
because there's no hollow wall to worry about. Not double weaving here. Shouldn't need to do that.
Umbrella.
Beams.
Come back.
Wings after this.
I go is a bit high.
Okay. Going middle.
Recent time the LB3 since there's no need to use Mudra except
Play safe.
right here because I'm using TC as setup anyway.
No deaths.
So I could have gotten another GCD right there, but I decided to play safe, not too sure. I mean, I decided to play safe because there was another tank right beside me, still hitting the boss. So I didn't want to get clipped by his cannon. This is a clip in GCD, which I didn't have to do
We
it,
To share this.
but I was trying to hit the operational.
Oh no.
See what happened there is Valor got hit by the target analysis AoE that hits the selects a second aggro. So the target analysis AoE puts a magic debuff, while how it works is the target analysis the prey marker will appear on the second person with second aggro, then the boss will throw a AoE on the person, which applies a magic round up debuff on whoever is in it. So and the boss will then shoot a beam at the main tank. So basically the off tank needs to get second aggro, avoid the main tank, or the main tank avoid the off tank, whichever, and then yeah, then this wouldn't happen. So basically Valor got hit by that prey AoE and then got target and obviously he got killed by this beam because this beam will insta give anybody with that magic round up debuff.
That was this.
Usually there's like 2 deaths, really bad for proc. In like a really in the proc run in your first clear.
Doesn't matter anymore.
If you're unconfident with your DPS, 2 deaths is difficult.
Okay.
But somehow we did it.
Make sure you do these patches correctly.
Zeph first.
Name the star. I'll deploy after tank goes.
Party move.
I'll go north. I will start. I'm moving, so hold the screen.
There's nothing much else to say here, I think. Okay, the next big thing I guess is to hold your 120s. Yeah, you should hold your 2 minutes here, so Kasatsu should be held, chain should be held. What else? D side should be held, but because we have had issues with because we had issues with killing the last set before, so the Dragoon and I decided to use our 120s, Dragoon decided to use D side and I decided to use Kasatsu. Plus we had a weakness tank, so we rather not risk it.
Split in the middle.
Especially Kasatsu is used yeah, it's used here, but I think Kasatsu would rather boss like Kasatsu to get my to use it on the ad. So right here I probably should have refreshed the dot because I'm not hitting the boss anymore, but instead I use Aeolian Age. I use Aeolian Age, which is a DPS loss plus the boss turn. Again, like I mentioned in previous videos, always right click select the ad, but I tapped because my right clicking skills are not great. When it's super, I don't know. Yeah, my right clicking skills are just not great here. But if you can't, it's fine to tap. Plus, I'm already prepping a right on, so my auto will definitely come off before my GCD. My auto will definitely occur before my GCD because when you use the old GCD before GCD on a new target, your GCD will be clipped, and that clip will ensure my auto gets in.
Make sure it dies.
So we are doing cooldowns
Careful.
here to ensure 100% that it dies. So it dies. Again, you can right click, but my camera angle is not great, so I selected the boss on the party list, enemy list. Not too bad. Not that important. So right here, I'm holding TCJ because I want to use it for the final burst. Holding pots as well. So yeah. This is just holding cooldowns at the moment.
Okay.
You should hold cooldowns because
Tell me
you
when
should
you
sing
start.
them.
Okay. I'll start in a
Tell
second.
me when you guys are gonna use your cooldowns.
I have interventions to give, so ask for it if you think you need it.
Tell me you guys.
Pot here. Alright, do it now.
Okay.
Trick. After this is right to the end. It's nothing much. Just the final burst at the end. Make sure
I'll
you
start.
do it correctly.
My reprisal next.
Make sure you survive. Healers, please ensure that everyone survives here. So close to the clear already. To make sure no one dies. It's
Any mana? No mana, no mana. Okay.
yeah, there's nothing much else to talk about. I'm just gonna
Yes,
run
DPS.
to the end. So you can hear my summoner scream. Should get it. We should get it.
Come on.
See there. See? There we go. There we go. The summoner scream.
Fuck.
Yep. So I'm just gonna pause it. All in all, fights very bad for Ninja because of Hello World, because of Tethered Cannons, and also even like in the previous fight, Adam and Eve is also bad because Trick is only good if everybody gets Trick is only good if anyone gets benefit. If the two targets, then what the fuck? You need tricking for 4 players in Adam and Eve, and for this one, the delay in trick, like I mentioned earlier, the delay in trick and the loss of time in trick, loss of GCDs, especially from the melee DPS in trick attack is, I mean, makes trick attack less worthwhile, less valuable. So also Ninja is terrible here for speed killing. The com will probably be but Black Mage Summoner Dragoon because melee and Dragoon provides the most rate DPS of all melees. So yeah, that will be all.
6.6.
Thanks for watching.